So today's video we're going to be looking at the brand new Infinix Hot 7 versus the Infinix Hot 6X. Now in my previous video I mentioned that the Infinix Hot 7 is the first Infinix Hot device to come with a notch. Now that is not true. The first Infinix Hot device to come with a notch was the Infinix is the Infinix Hot 6X. Okay, these two phones look very similar in design. Like sometimes from a distance you might not really be able to tell which one is the Infinix Hot 7 or which one is the Infinix Hot 6X. This is because both phones are designed from the same material, they have the same feel. Most of the external components like the camera and the fingerprint sensors are placed in the same directions and almost the same places. Most times from a distance you might not really be able to tell which one is the Infinix Hot 6X or which one is the Infinix Hot 7. Although there are one or two changes that have been made in the physical appearance. Now one of such changes is that the Infinix Hot 7 have the speakers blasting from the back of the device, while the Infinix Hot 6X have the speakers blasting from the bottom of the device. So the charging ports are at the bottom of the devices, while the headphone jacks are at the top of the devices. Other than the aforementioned differences above, there are ever so slightly some other little differences in the shape. Both devices come with the same size of battery, 4000 milliamps. From the box, both devices come with Android 8.0. The Hot 7 runs on the MediaTek 658 processor, while the Hot 6X runs on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 425. The Infinix Hot 7 runs on a quad-core 1.3 GHz processor, while the Hot 6X runs on a quad-core 1.4 GHz processor. The Infinix Hot 7 runs on the Mali 400 MP2 GPU, while the Infinix Hot 6X runs on an Adreno 308 GPU. The Infinix Hot 7 runs on a quad-core 1.3 GHz processor, while the Hot 6X runs on a quad-core 1.4 GHz processor. The Infinix Hot 7 runs on the Mali 400 MP2 GPU, while the Infinix Hot 6X runs on an Adreno 308 GPU. The Infinix Hot 7 comes with 1 GB of RAM and 16 GB internal memory. Though if you're going for the Pro version, you can actually get 2 or 3 GB of RAM and up to 32 GB internal memory. You can actually open the back of the Infinix Hot 7 to access the SIM chambers for your dual nano SIM card. Meanwhile, you can't actually open the back of the Hot 6X, but you have to use a pin that comes inside the box of the device and pop out your SIM trace to be able to put in your 2 SIM cards and your memory card. I mentioned in my previous video that one of the best things I loved about the Infinix Hot 7 is the vibrancy of that display. I mean, it's not the best display in the world, it's not even the best display on a smartphone. But for the category and the caliber of this phone and the region that it falls into, the display is actually good enough. So the display on the Infinix Hot 7 is a little bit sharper than the display on the Infinix Hot 6X. You might not really notice this while you're watching the video, but if you hold both devices side by side, you actually notice the vibrancy of the display on the Hot 7 more than the Hot 6X. Both displays are LCD displays, 6.2 inches in size on both devices, and a resolution of 720 by 1500 on both devices. So I took both phones out under the sun to go and do my regular test and check how the displays will perform under the sun. And I wasn't disappointed by both of these devices because the displays were actually okay. They were actually able to stand the sun outside pretty well. But of course, these displays shine better in low light situations because they are LCD displays. And as I also mentioned in the Hot 7 review video, the icons on the Hot 7 are actually looking very cartoonish compared to those ones on the Hot 6X. And the reason is because the Hot 7 comes with the new Infinix XOS Honeybee version 4, while the Hot 6X runs on the version 3. So I actually don't really like the way the version 4 makes the interface to look, but I guess it's the reason why the display shines better than the Hot 6X. So now the Infinix Hot 6X have dual camera lenses, while the Infinix Hot 7 have a single camera lens. Although there is a version of the Infinix Hot 7 that has dual camera lenses at the back, and that is the Hot 7 Pro. So if you want the dual camera version, that means you have to go for the Pro, which means you have to pay a little bit more money. On the Hot 6X, you get a 13 megapixel main camera, and the one below it is a 2 megapixel depth of field lens that enables you to take portrait shots and all that stuff. While on the Hot 7, you only get a single 13 megapixel lens. Both devices have front-facing cameras with ring lights that can shoot 720p videos at 30 frames per second. So I made a couple of videos and took some shots with both cameras on the Hot 6X and on the Hot 7 with both front and back cameras. So I'm going to allow you guys go through the pictures, some of the pictures I took with these devices, and then you let me know in the comment section which one do you think has a better camera, and in terms of the specs you've seen, which one do you think has better specs, and which one will you go for if you were to make a decision amongst the two. Alright, let me know in the comment section. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon there, or the notification button, so that you know when we upload a new video on this channel. Alright, until the next time, I'll see you again.